So where are we going?
All right. We have 8 awards that we give, 5 football related, and then 3 are 3 character awards. The first football related award is called the Newcomer of the Year. In this particular case, the voting was so close that we could not decide on just one, so we have 2 Newcomers of the Year. The first one, so these are the players voted on this. Coaches provided some adult leadership on it, but these are player voted awards. And so the Newcomer of the Year is someone who's new to the football team. That's really the only definition, but we want somebody who had a positive impact both on and off the field. And so we had 2, one who was new to football altogether, and then one that was new to SACS. The first Newcomer of the Year was J. Stephen Sheets. Yeah. All right, here we go. Good picture. Oh, here we go, Dad. Here we go. Hold that up there. Boy. All right, good job. Our other Newcomer of the Year, again, real positive impact on the field and off. Pleasure to coach and pleasure as a teammate, Noe Sanchez. Sheets here on. All right, here we go. Hey,
I never know why.
Check this out. I brought these little things so that she doesn't get messed up when you trip over. Here we go. I forgot my rock. JC. There you go. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll think about
it. We have a Lineman of the Year. People seem to forget when they do offensive and defensive and all these awards, they forget about the guys up front who make everything happen. Again, there were a couple players who got a lot of votes, but a clear winner was Lineman of the Year, Hunter Blakey.
Yeah! Go eat, Hunter, go eat!
Hunter! You have my vote. Oh wait, hang on. Oh yeah. Smile.
I won't.
Yeah, Hunter!
All right, and then starting at 2, it's always, people think about offensive and defensive players, but special teams, as we learned tonight, are very important. And so our special teams most valuable player goes to Fernando Gallegos. All right, Mr. Sheets is going to take the official picture.
Oh, here's Dad.
Got it.
All right, great job. Our offensive MVP. Let me say this. There were 3 guys who got most of the votes. Off the top of my head, it was alphabetically Batchelder, Bates, and Lawrence. All got a lot of votes, but the clear winner, offensive MVP for the middle school football team is Trey Lawrence.
I've got one.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3. And one more. 1, 2, 3. Okay. There we go, Trey.
Here you go. The most clear out of 30 ballots that we had, 22 voted our defensive MVP as Tim Arguello.
Good job, Timmy.
All right, and now we go to our, pardon me, and now we go to our perseverance, our character awards. We have 3. The perseverance award, given as it is, the one who showed the most perseverance throughout the season. There were several players who had a lot of votes, but the winner of the perseverance award goes to Logan DeRazio.
Logan, over here's Mom.
Oh, over here.
I know.
our total release. All right, that player that gives, I'll say gives 100% because people say give 110%. That's not possible. All right, so the one that gives 100% on and off the field, always going full speed. He could also, in addition to Tim Arguello, could be the Iron Man Award, the kid who's out there for almost every offensive and defensive play. Our total release award goes to Clayton Hodges. All right, good. And then our last character award is our Lion Award. And if I had to summarize what this is the one person that you would want most as a teammate. Positive influence, great performance, never gives up, is always pushing your teammates to do better. Our Lion Award for middle school football goes to Nate Crawford. All right, here we go. Big Coach
Thank you.
Good job, Nate.
1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about offense. I'm Coach Lawrence, if you don't know me, and I ran the offense. And let me tell you how brilliant your sons are. If they ever say they can't do a math problem or do something in class, they're lying. We do things out there on that football field that teams in the SEC, Big 12 on Saturdays try to do and perfect. And these kids, in the past 4 or 5 months, have got it down. It's unbelievable what they've gotten down. I pushed them and pushed them and pushed them. They've taken coaching over and over again, and they've gotten better. They've become good people, good athletes, and what happens out there, we were that close. We're that close. We're walking out there, they got 80 freshmen, or 80 7th graders. We got 24. And we played them tooth and toenail. They hadn't been giving up more than 7 points all year. We should have put 30. That was all my fault. We called the wrong plays. But could not be more proud of your son because his attitude was great. Came to practice every day, ready to work. Coach, I want to play. Then we went, let's just call it Indy tempo. When we were flashing those lights with Coach Wyan and Coach Satcher and everyone else, the best coaches, we're throwing signals in rapid fire. It was our plan to try to get a play off within 15 seconds of the last play being done. They do that on Saturdays. So I am so proud of your son and what he's able to accomplish and get through. He's become a football player, a better person, and just they're great kids. They've made me a better coach. They've made me a better person, and I'm honored and blessed to have coached your son. Thank you very much. That's how I So go talk about it.
Real quick, talk about our defense. My name's Coach Forrest James. I led our defense this year. Couple things. I wanted to have a fun defense, so we blitzed somebody on every play. All right, so our guys, they all have their assignments. They all did really well throughout the season. Hey, for those of you who don't know, when we put a donut up on the board, 0 for the other team, those are few and far between, but we did that our first 3 games. And I was bringing donuts every Friday or Monday morning to feed these guys for putting a donut up on the board. My wife said, "What are you doing?" Because every Friday morning I was getting up at 5:30 to go to get donuts for these guys so I could be there in time in the SLC to feed them those donuts. And other than my wife, for me waking her up when I have to get up that early in the morning, she's the only one that was glad when maybe the other team scored 1 touchdown. But I'm very proud. If you guys look back at the year, not only having great defense throughout and being able to play everybody. Let me throw this out. I'll say this first. Being able to play everybody defensively and offensively, having all of our players go out there and play, that was tremendous. Now, I also want to talk about goal line stands. We had a great goal line stand against Geneva, against Pettis, and against Cornerstone. But we came up just that much short tonight. But I love these guys. I love their heart. I love their ability to come out. And now let me talk about team a little bit. For those of you who don't know, when we sat down at the beginning of the year as a coaching staff, and I'll talk about them in just a second, we made the decision to try to have as many starters as we could. Ideally, we would have had 22 starters, and we had 30 players. In that first game against Geneva, we had 21 players start. We only had one player going both ways, all right? And if needed, whenever we need specialty people in there, we would put them in there. But we made that commitment from the beginning of the year because we knew that if we gave the players the opportunity to do that, they would take ownership of that. So we're very proud of them for doing that. One other thing I want to add, for those of you not paying attention to the very bottom of every email I've ever sent you, it says glorify. And glorify was our team motto throughout the year. And it was an acronym for each part. Well, I'm talking about glorify. We talked about G is for gifts, the ability, the gifts that God gave us. We need to use those gifts to go out and glorify Him. And football gave us an opportunity to do that. The L is for leadership, because by our leadership, being Christian leaders, doing the right thing, not always because it's the easy thing, but because it's the right thing, showing leadership to glorify Christ. Oh, for opportunity. Again, football gives us an opportunity to glorify Christ. I told the guys when the year started, I go, guys, you can win by 48 points and not glorify God. All right? Or you can lose by 48 points and glorify God. I knew a great coach who had a little motto on his desk that said, God does not care how many games you win. Okay? We come out, we work hard, and winning is a product of our hard work, okay? But we still, in everything that we do, glorify God, not only in the football field, but in the classroom, and as we represent SACS as a football player. R is for respect. Respect. Respect the other players, have respect for yourself, respect for your brothers, your sisters, your siblings, your parents, authority, and respect for God. I is integrity. Integrity, not only doing the right thing when nobody's looking, but integrity as being part of a whole, part of a family, part of a brotherhood, having our integrity. F is for faith. All right, and I told the guys you have to have faith in yourself, you have to have faith in your teammates, faith in your coaches, and most of all, you have faith in God. And finally, faith has no fear. Faith has no fear. FY. And then Y is yield. In our works, in order to glorify Christ, we have to yield to Him. So, parents, as you go through it, and we are just trying to help you as best we can in raising your godly children. And so, as part of that, you can always ask them if they're doing something that you think would not glorify Christ. You just ask them, as we have all year, does that glorify God? All right? Does that glorify God? At this point, we want to say a little something about every player, bring them up. Oh, that's a good thing. Coaches. I'll tell you what, we had a great coaching staff. You already met Donnie Lawrence. Him running the offense. He is running an offense that most high schools are envious of. I'm telling you right now. And probably some colleges are envious of. And he runs that offense, and he, again, I don't want to reiterate what he said, but your boys are magnificent. I want to first thank the two coaches who are on our staff that are also part of the faculty. Coach Wyan, all right, give it up. All right. And Coach Thatcher as well. Most of the coaching staff, we're volunteers. We come out here, but we need somebody to be the core at the school, not only to provide leadership, other than just the 2 hours that we're on the football field, but provide leadership throughout the day and then help logistically as well. We also have Coach Adam Hauser helping us with our wide receivers. We had, I want to mention Coach Brian Lewis. Coach Lewis has probably been on the middle school staff longer than any of us coaches. Brought a lot of continuity. I tell you what, if there's anybody who poured their heart not only to every game, but into every practice and into these players, who emotionally was fired up at every practice getting these guys going, it's Brian Lewis. I want to thank him for that. And then we had a special coach who's not only a coach, but Doc Crawford, or Coach Crawford. Hey, let me say this, guys. To have a I almost said former Army Ranger, but once you're Army Ranger, you're always Army Ranger. Ranger, doctor, out, emergency physician out to help us on the field is an amazing asset. And not only that, and then to help coach our players and provide motivation. And I'll throw in one thing as well. When I chose the coaches to give the various letters for Glorify, I chose a West Point Army Ranger grad, colonel, to provide leadership, and he gave one of the finest talks on leadership that I've ever heard. All right. Yeah, I want to say one thing also. As a rule, players get thirsty when they play. So I'm gonna, what's that? All right. Yeah, I want two dads who, although we don't necessarily give them the title of coach on the field, certainly they help be above and beyond. And Coach Philip Valadez, who helped with the water, not only. I also want to give special thanks to Adam Reyes Sr. For providing his services. All right, and then last but not least, it's slightly ironic that the guy I'm about to mention films all of our games, loads them on Huddle, gets them on YouTube for everybody to see, so you can send to Grandma and Grandpa. He's filming this right now.
You want to do everyone? Or you want to? All right. Something's my way. Okay. Right here.
Here we go. Here we go. So we want to talk briefly about each player right quick. Unfortunately, we weren't able to give an award to everybody. But hey, I just want to talk about each player right quick, and then you're free to go. Once again, thank you for allowing us to coach your son. But Henry Batchelder, this kid right here, makes me a good coach. I can call a play, and he's able to get around and make it right one way or another. And he's always yes sir or no sir. He played hurt, he played with heart, he played hungry, and he got better and better and better. And his ceiling is the sky's the limit here. And just a great kid, great effort, and had a tremendous year. And I'm blessed to coach him, Henry Batchelder. Josh. All right, Josh Torres, you're 7th grader, right? You know, it's amazing. I'm new to the middle school. I coached in college, and I coached 10 years for the SACS varsity, but I never coached middle school. And so one of the things that I didn't want to differentiate between 8th graders and 7th graders because we have one team, all right? But Josh is a 7th grader who came out, and I would never know that he was a 7th grader by his hustle and his get after itness. So we put him on D and said, hey, baby, you got to go left to right, and you go get after it, and that's what Josh Torres did.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you got his thing. All right. Yeah. Hey, offensive MVP, Trey Lawrence. Enough said. Here we go. Okay, thank you. All right, here we go. Go ahead.
Adam Reyes, here we go. So Adam Reyes, if you didn't know tonight, caught the big double pass, got tremendous speed, and really got to know him better over the summer holidays. We were doing 7-on-7, and he always kept raising, "Oh, coach, I can go in, I can play, I can do this," and he did. And when we were doing the 11 starters and 11 defensive starters and offensive starters, unfortunately, I didn't get the draft to an offense. He got you on defense, so I didn't get him nearly as much touches as I should have. We got one big one tonight that got us going. That's Adam Reyes.
All right, there we go. And I'm going to do this one real quick. All right, hey, I already told y'all, one of the Iron Men, our defensive MVP, Tim Arguello. All right, all right, I need to talk about Cole Bates. I'll admit it, when we were doing the draft, offensive and defense, as a coaching staff in the beginning, this was my first draft pick right here. All right, because as a free safety in college, I understood how important a free safety is to a defense. All right, and plenty of touchdown saving tackles this year, and then also keeping everybody straight, letting everybody know he is the quarterback of the defense, and I appreciate Cole Bates.
Cowboys, I've had the honor and privilege of coaching him for 3 or 4 years, and every year he gets better and surprises me, and not surprising, but just exceeds my expectations. Plays offense, defense, he plays receiver, running back, linebacker, whatever. He punts, he kicks off, he does whatever. He's a big U for utility, but most importantly, he loves God. He's a great athlete, and happy to have him down on our staff too, but I love him to death, Calvin Lewis.
right here. Those of y'all, oh,
No good.
No, good.
all right, here we go. Y'all call him Clay or Clayton. I call him Fly Ball because first week got a stray ball in the noggin there, and we missed him. But I tell you what, this kid, total release. He certainly had my vote for the guy that gives that 100% on every play.
Fernando, a lefty right here. I'm a left-footed kicker too, so I love this guy right here. He's got a huge future ahead of him. He had a phenomenal year. Amazing hustle on defense. I love his foot. I call all-state kicker by his junior year at SACS. So I love his foot and I love also his tackle. He's got great hustle. Proud of him.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
First game, comes off the field, he said, "This is the greatest day of my life." It was awesome.
Here we go. All right, I think I'm standing on something that makes me a little taller. I tell you what, I'm very proud of Ethan Sanders. He comes out every day, and we tell him on Monday through Wednesday, hey, hold back a little bit. Okay, we got to tell him hold back a little bit because we need to be able to keep all our guys to be able to play on Thursday. But Thursday, all right, we tell him get out there and cut loose. He's out there offensively and defensively, integral to both sides of the ball, and I appreciate him very much.
Awesome clean skills right here. I've watched this guy for many years. Phenomenal. Great hands, great hustle, never quits. I love him so much. Been great coaching you. Appreciate all your hustle, bud. Okay? Proud of you, man. Good job.
He got him work.
Yeah,
He got him. Let me tell you what, this guy played with a bad ankle, a bad wrist, bad everything. But with a great attitude, a great effort. This guy's a football player. He's a great kid, but even a better football player. Wait, that didn't sound right, but anyway, it just impresses me over and over again. He can catch, he can snap, he can punt, he can do whatever. And the sky's the limit for this kid as well. I cannot wait to watch you next year in high school and do some good things. Hunter Blakey, good job. Logan.
All right, Logan DeRazio won our Perseverance Award. I tell you, he gets my vote for perseverance as well. Comes hard to working every day, and somebody has to line up across from this guy all the time. So Logan and Hunter. I said Logan and Hunter. All right, Logan and Hunter are the ones that get to do that in practice every day. But again, offensively and defensively, somebody brings it in the trenches every day. Logan DeRazio.
Josh Beatty, I've had the privilege to coach him many years. Took last year off. He got back one more time this year. He's gotten taller. But he was one that I lost in the draft. Played defense first. Unfortunately, we lost Cole Smith. I got him back on offense, and he changed our offense. We were able to put him individual by himself and isolate him and do some things with him because he's a big kid that can run, who understands the game, and he wants the ball. Coach, give it to me. And he'd get down on himself just a little bit, but just enough to come over to him and say, Coach, I'm still hungry. Come back to me. Feed me again. I'm ready to go again. And I love that attitude. That's a winner. That's a competitor that's going to win more than he loses in life. So he's a good man. Love him, Josh Beatty.
All right, we got Cole Smith. There we go. So, I'll tell you what, that first day when the coaching staff was drafting, we were arguing back and forth about who gets Adam Reyes and who gets Cole. And we said, well, once I can't have both. And so I lost Cole to the offense, right? But that said, great player. And it was on, describe the play where you tell me on offense. So great offensive play. We broke his toe against Twain, so we missed him throughout the year. But we're looking forward to watching him at the next level as well.
Jacob McCray. I don't know if y'all know this, but he has become this kid and he playing Preston more than any kid on this football team because of his knowledge of football and understanding what we were trying to accomplish. A lot of the receptions that he caught, and even today, he and Trey, I called one thing, but depending on the coverage they were playing, they switched up the route, which is exactly what they're supposed to do. So he and Trey had a little connection, and then each weekend, anytime we got him isolated, safety was across the field, he was going on a skinny post, or he was going to do the hitch. And so that showed level of football maturity beyond. I promise you guys in high school can't do that. Most of them can't do it. But Jacob McCray's future is bright as a person, but more importantly as a football player. Wish I had 2 or 3 more years to coach this kid. Love to death, Jacob McCray.
All right, I got Cooper Darnold, the second Darnold I got to coach, and the second Darnold that I lost to thin skull disease. Not just kidding. All right. Yeah, and Coop, I love the Darnolds to death. I love Coop, all right, and looking forward to see what he can do in whatever sport that he chooses. He's a great kid. He's a super asset to the team, and love to be his coach.
Matthew Valdez is one of our 7th graders. Next year is going to be a big, big year for him. Got better as a receiver, as a DB. He's only been playing football for 2 years, and his knowledge of the game and his courage is increasing. And I mean, he's a great player. The other day, Coach James just said, Matthew's really catching that football and gotten better, and he is. Only thing is, please let your mom let you continue to play. I don't know if she's here now, but just she's the one who always says, I don't know. Let your mom continue to play. But Matthew Valdez, great job.
Wyatt Rich now, right here. First year playing football, right? First year playing football as an offensive lineman right here and defense and linebacker. Played phenomenal this year. Had a great time. Can't wait to see what he can do on the baseball fields. He's a competitor. Works his tail off. Really proud of you, man. Good job.
Yeah, something I forgot to mention. Interesting to coach a middle school team. We had 30 come out. I think there were 10 of them. It was the first time they'd played football.
Yeah.
All right, compared to kids that played 3 and 4 years. All right, so there's a wide mix. One of the great kids I got to coach, Ben Morales, 7th grader, first year to play football. I enjoyed him. I tell you what, he's gotten better with every practice and every game, and I look forward to seeing what he has to do for us on next year. Oh, another thing, he wins the award for the most time. Say, Coach, can I go in? Coach, can I go in?
And one quick, I remember Paige, the Goliaths of SAISD came out and we just started knocking us down, and literally we had no running back left. I turned around, and I want to play running back. I saw, me, Coach, me, Ben Morales. He had the biggest heart and no fear at all. No fear. This is Bryce. Bryce played offensive line for us, and this your first year playing? First year playing. And once again, the kid that's you got a couple kids that played 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years. And you have kids in the first year. And Bryce didn't back down. The bad news is an 8th grader. I wish he was a 7th grader. So we had a few more years, but he got better and better and better. And even tonight, we were moving guys in and out, and his coach, I want to stay in, I want to stay in. He's got a heart of a champion. As he learns the game more, he'll get better and better and better. Super kid, Bryce. Good job.
Yeah, Bryce.
All right, and I got Kyle Whaley, K-Dub, right here. He's another one, 7th grader, first year to play football. You would never know it. And I showed the guys, or talked to the guys about a clip in the Twain game where he's playing line. He misses a tackle at about the 10-yard line on one end of the field, gets up and makes the tackle at the 10-yard line at the other end of the field. All right, and that's it.
There's Cooper Thompson. Amazing wheels, amazing cut, can dance like a fool on the football field. Great hands, really loved watching him play this year. Huge help for us. Appreciate all that, bud. Good job.
This is Kyle Patrick. Kyle Patrick was a big loss for us. Lost him game number 3 against Cornerstone. Big time, had 2 or 3 touchdowns. He was a full start linebacker, backup running back, and just a football playing Jesse. He unfortunately broke his hand coming down against Cornerstone. They changed our game plan up, and he wanted to play so bad. The good news, he's a 7th grader. He's coming back one more year, and so I'm excited about our future next year with Kyle Patrick back on the field.
And this is Parker Connolly. Parker's a 7th grader, first year to come out. But I tell you what, if there's anybody that's got a positive attitude and comes out and he's a put me in coach kind of kid, and have a smile on his face, right? And we put him down in the trenches against kids that are much bigger, but still fights with a passion and has a smile on his face all the time. And he's a pleasure to be around. I love Parker Connolly.
Michael Painter, another first-year player, played some big-time minutes on secondary, especially when we got folks hurt, and did a great job. Wanted to get some fast kids, didn't back down, played some at receiver. But I'm gonna tell you what, guys, at receiver, not on him at all, but we were deep. We had 8 guys that could reach and get it, and they knew it in and out. And so he probably defaulted more to defense this year, but get ready next year, a lot of offense. Okay, love this kid, Michael Painter. Good job.
All right, Jay Steven Sheets, or Jay-Z, as we like to call him. One of our newcomers of the year, new to football, but an 8th grader, right? Okay, new to football but an 8th grader. Again, he's a positive influence on the players. It's amazing that you looked at all the votes for all the different awards, the multiple votes that he got for the character awards as well as the defensive guy. So he was somebody, interestingly enough, that I drafted at the beginning of the year who had never played defense. I said, that's okay. He's going to be my corner. He's going to be cornerback for us. And sure enough, he did a great job.
Nate Crawford, for those you don't know, he tore his ACL a little over a year ago. And worked his rearing off. He's gotten to a point now where, like Coach said earlier, not only is he the quarterback of the defense, but he's the heart and soul almost of the team. Goes out there, I think, every Sunday or Monday or Tuesday. He's banged up, beat up, but he's not giving up. He's playing hard, giving everything he has, and that's what a teammate does. That's what a leader does, and leaves it all on the field. Good news now, you've got all next week to heal up and get ready to go and finish it for next year. He's a 7th grader, thank God. He's coming back. Nate Crawford, good job.
All right, Noe. All right, Noe Sanchez. Now here, a teammate favorite. New not only to SACS but new to San Antonio. Is from Philly. A pleasure to have on the team. Again, he's a teammate favorite. One of the reasons he was one of the newcomers of the year. And he did a great job. We stuck him right in the middle of the trenches in nose guard. We said, hey, we need you to play DN. He'd play that. And when we needed to step in on offense, he'd do that as well. A great teammate. No way.
No way.
Very good. So how do you want to dish out pizza?
Hey, last thing, guys, right quick.
Let's pray. We'll pray
Listen,
first. Here we go.
We'll pray for it first. Listen, right quick. Now, hey, don't let this be your